Culture is the set of habits that allows a group of people, I don't care if it's 1, 2, 5, or 150, to cooperate by assumption rather than by negotiation. So I want to say it one more time. Culture is the set of habits that allows a group of people to cooperate by assumption rather than by negotiation. So on that definition, culture is not what we say, but what we do without asking. Culture is what you do when no one is looking. Culture is picking up a piece of paper from the floor. Culture is cleaning the bathroom sink. It's taking the dirty dishes back to the kitchen, even though you didn't dirty them. Culture is about building trust in an organization so that that organization can function at an extremely high level for the client. So if you say, I trust you, and then you behave in the opposite way, people get it. People believe in what you do, not in what you say. Building a strong company, again, I think the greatest challenge, if you are a sole practitioner and you're an event planner and you book an event for a client and you hire freelancers, it's incumbent on you to get every one of those freelancers to behave in the way you believe it's important for that client to be treated. In some ways, it's easier for us. We're a company of about 130 people now. It's easier for us in some ways because we look at the same faces every day and we're communicating with them. And when our drivers or helpers or whoever it is happen to touch the client and the client calls up and says, I can't believe how great that person was, they come back and we say, you were recognized. That's easier in a way than a person who has 1 or 2 people and hires 20 people to do an event. In any case, I spend a lot of my time trying to figure out how to build a strong culture. There's a mantra in business that culture trumps strategy. What that means is a highly motivated group of people that believe in something strongly will outperform a highly talented group of people who don't believe in it but have a great strategy. I would rather work with highly motivated, emotionally connected, Sarah talked about it, create an emotional connection. People don't get connected to a business just to make money, just to earn a salary. They get connected to a business because it believes in something and it acts a certain way. And this cultural strength and power may start at the top, but everyone in the organization is responsible for carrying it out. And it's what I've seen in our business, which is very interesting, is people hire people who are like them and like us. People don't hire people who don't get it. And it's very interesting when someone gets it. We hired a chef, Stacy Pearl, she's sitting here. We hired a chef, and after 3 days, we looked at each other and it was like we've been working together for 20 years. And it was just because she got it. She got the culture and it was a great fit. And I will say that about everyone in the room. Everyone who's here gets it and wants to do it and lives it. And those who don't stay for long. So if you want to have a great company, focus on the product, but focus on the people first. The people are what's going to build your company, build your brand, and deliver that service if they believe in what you believe in and if what you do is more than just wanting to make money. Money's great. I'm no Donald Trump, but money's great, but it's only a piece of it. And in many ways, it's, if you look at surveys of people and what's important to them, it's usually somewhere between 4th and 6th on the list of what's important to them when they choose a job or keep a job. Respect is number 1, mission, emotional connection. These are all much more important. So what do we do when we go out into the marketplace to find these people? Well, that's a challenge because there's a vetting process in both directions. The person's got to want to work for us, and we have to have a job that works. One thing we do is we are always recruiting. We are always looking to reach out and network with people. The people we know and we get to know through ISIS or through these wonderful events, these are the people who may 6 months or a year from now become part of our team. For those of you who knew Jackie Tan, Jackie moved to Hawaii. She was part of our team for almost 3 years. We spent 2 years serving on the board of ISIS together, and then we realized she's a perfect fit for us. She spent 3 years with us. It was fantastic. She's the only person in the history of Newman's Kitchen who gave us 8 months notice, right? In January, she came up to me sheepishly and she said, you know,
I think I'm moving to Hawaii. And I said, when? She said, August. I said, I think we can handle that. So it was that sort of caring that Jackie had for the organization, that she wanted to leave on good terms and gave us that much notice. That's the sort of bonding we want to do. So in terms of finding people, or conversely, finding organizations that share similar values, so when you go to work, you wake up wanting to work instead of dragging yourself to work. Network, find people of similar values. Hannah Brown, I was walking down the stairs, Hannah was walking up the stairs. We shook hands, she gave me her resume, she's graduating from University of Missouri in May. I mean, this is the kind of energetic, positive person you want on your team. This is someone who's out there looking, networking, and certainly someone we would talk to. So we are a values-driven company. We give of our time, we give of our energy, we support organizations that help New York, help the environment, and people like to work with us because we aren't just about how much money am I going to make. It's about how are we serving our clients and how are we serving the community and what does that mean to them personally. I was a terrible leader for a long time. I grew up in the mold of my dad, who was an autocratic, yelling, mean-spirited person. Yeah, and I was that person for a long time, and it was pretty terrible. I actually have two people who've been with the company for 25 years, which I think is also a measure. It's all about transforming yourself into the person you want to be in the company you want to be. It's very easy. It's much easier to do it now from the perspective of 34 years and hundreds of employees and screwing up. I mean, I'm not always the leader I want to be, but I apologize a lot when I'm not. And I am not afraid to say I'm sorry. I'm not afraid to say you were right. And it kind of starts at the top, but it is like most things, it's sort of contagious. So when you treat people well, they treat each other well. It's the golden rule, do unto others. When we have a delivery guy come in, I greet him, they can get coffee. It's like everybody who touches the company, I never know who's going to make us better. So if the guy delivering chicken in the morning, treat him nicely. You don't know. It's like everybody, we're all equal, and we're all trying to do a good job. But you have to turn yourself into that person, and it'll probably cost you money in some ways, right? It's not even about being financially generous. It's about doing things for people and then hoping that they do for you. They don't always. It's about giving first and then hoping that the person on the other end sort of gets what you're about.
Hi, what inspired you to, create your company, and what do you enjoy on a day-to-day the most?
Well, let's go to number 2. What I enjoy the most is people. The thing I enjoy second most is people. I love the people I work with. I love the people I work for. I feel like I'm working for the people I work with. In other words, I'm there to serve them and facilitate their growth. The story of how I came about this is kind of long, but I grew up in a family food business. I'm 4th generation in the food business, and I went to art school, got a fine art degree. And catering in some ways is the perfect synthesis of my family history in food and what I love in art. One of my mantras is say thanks a lot at work. I try to say thanks every day when I leave the office. Thank you for working with us today. And right now I'd like to say thank you for allowing me to speak. Thank you.